the vintage electric Shelby is truly the hot rod of electric bicycles. The folks over at Vintage Electric really wanted to capture the essence, the spirit of the legendary race car driver and car designer, Carroll Shelby. I spoke with Andrew Davidge, lead designer and founder. He was saying like we're just a bunch of car guys who really love cars and motorcycles. When you look at the Shelby and the whole Roadster Scrambler lineup, you can really tell. Andrew gave me his personal bike that was actually in the showroom to test out. It was issue 1 of 300, so it was definitely a privilege and a joy to ride. My friend Steely and I took it out for a spin around the lake here in Oakland. Gotta say, we had a lot of fun ripping around. I think you gotta look at this bike in a very particular way. It's not necessarily geared towards people who might be looking for an electric bike in a very utilitarian way. Geared towards folks who might be looking for a motorcycle, but maybe don't have a motorcycle license and don't want to fuss with going to all the classes, getting a license. It's a great alternative for folks who also might be looking for a scooter. When you compare it to other electric bicycles, like say for instance the Van Moof or the Baby Maker, it's not really an apples to apples comparison. For one thing, this thing has a race mode. Once you insert the plug, you go from 20 miles an hour all the way up to 36 miles an hour for off-road use, of course. The Shelby is built on the Roadster platform, but it's more than just a repainted, rebranded bike. It's a limited run, 1 of 300 badged bike, and with the release of the Shelby came a new drivetrain that trickled down into the Scrambler and the Roadster. Now, I'm not going to go through all the specs, you can check out their website for that, but some notable specs are that it's 86 total pounds including the battery, 750 watt hub motor, 3000 watt in race mode, it has a 48 volt battery, and it takes 4.5 hours to charge. It has a range of 40 to 75 miles in street mode, and regenerative braking is integrated in the rear brake lever. Okay, so for my likes, this thing is super fun. It's fast, it looks cool, the build quality is excellent. I think they really nailed the vintage aesthetic. I mean, yes, it's basically a beach cruiser, but everything else, they nailed the period piece with the headlights, how they made the computer and the battery look kind of like a V-twin, just the overall paint scheme with the racing stripe. It's a comfortable ride with leather seats and leather grips. Now, some of the things I didn't like so much. Well, for one, it's very expensive. It's at $7,249, and with that much money, I feel like I could just buy another motorcycle. I wish they hid some of the wiring and the cabling. It just feels a little messy and it could be cleaned up a bit. Another thing is that, while minor, the brake LED lights don't necessarily match aesthetically with the rest of the bike. I mean, the headlight looks like it's a legit headlight, and then you look in the back, it feels very basic. I mean, there's nothing really special to it. Also, the display, while it's great in the sunlight, it's fully functional, easy to read, aesthetically it doesn't match either. And I wish they put it in the center just to give it more of that, motorcycle feel. If you're paying a premium price, everything's got to be impeccable and appear to be premium as well. Would I commute with this bike? For me to do that, I would have to hop on BART. Now, one thing to take into account is that you can't throw the bike on escalators, so you'd have to pick it up on the stairs or use the elevator. And a lot of times, the elevators are out of service. Other option is, if I wanted to commute, would be riding down to the ferry. Definitely more scenic, but now I'm having to deal with the elements. So something to consider. It's a lot of fun, no doubt. We did run into some issue with the brake making noise after hard braking. I mean, of course, I'm testing it out, but it later went away after just more use of the brake and more acceleration. So I don't think that was a big deal, and it could have been a one-off thing with the bike that I had. And these are all just nitpicks at this point, because it's a great electric bike and it's a great homage to Carroll Shelby and the Shelby brand. Other than that, there's not much negative about the bike. Now, do I want one? Yes. But would I buy one? Probably not. At $7,249, it's just a little steep for a daily driver. But if you got the coin, I think it would make a great second or third bike to add on to your stable.